Hey, I'm speaking with
Peter Kellner,
Peter. People would also know you around here at Silicon Valley Code Camp because
because I am the Silicon Valley Code Camp coordinator.
you're the man who started this all 7 years ago. You've been doing it every year. We talked last year on camera about the importance of coming here. What have you noticed sort of different about developers this year as opposed to last year?
I think everybody's really trying to figure out what the next big thing is going to be, and I think over the last couple of years we've seen a lot of changes. People have talked about Web 1.0, Web 2.0. What is Web 3.0, even if there is Web 3.0. I think people are trying to figure that out, and there's just a lot of things changing in the industry. Facebook has switched from doing a HTML version of their phone app to now doing a native version of the phone app. What does that mean? What are the implications? It's pretty complex.
So, as a developer, what do I need to worry about?
Well, you need to worry about making sure that you're part of the next big thing, whatever that is. So, for example, thinking about the Facebook analogy, if you're a HTML5 programmer or CSS and you're building apps with that, does it make sense to switch to native? Are there better HTML5 toolkits out there you need to switch to? What's the right thing to do to make sure that you're right on the crest of the wave, not behind it or in front of it?
I run into attendees who come to this event year after year after year, and they love it. They learn a ton. It seems that, education is so critical to a developer's life, yes?
Well, it is, and we don't only just talk about code here. There's a lot of talks about process management, business management, law. All these things impact everything we do as developers, and so you really get a chance here to talk to the best and the brightest. We have an attorney from Abbott come and talk to us about patents, and the software industry knows practically nothing about patents, but the drug industry knows a lot. So what a better place to come and listen to a guy that knows everything about patents from the place where all the patent law is really determined.
As someone who's incredibly connected to the developer community, what do you see as sort of the dividing line between those developers that become successful and those who don't?
So personally, I think the dividing line is the successful developers are willing to change. They're willing to throw out what they know and go learn something else. And their skill is not the thing that they know. Their skill is their ability to learn the next thing.
That's actually a really, really good point. So let me ask you, how hard has it been for you as a developer to learn the next thing, to truly throw away something for which you put so much time into and learn the next thing?
Well, that's actually a really good question. Probably one of the most frustrating things that any of us do as developers is become a newbie in some technology field that we know nothing about. You get made fun of in the forums. People kind of roll their eyes like you're asking stupid questions, and maybe 6 or 9 months you'll be an expert. But in the beginning, you're just like a college newbie who's coming out learning a new technology. But if you're not willing to pay the price to go through that, you're going to find yourself in a 15-year-old technology being one of the 5 experts in the world in it.
Which sometimes actually can be valuable. I actually spoke to an educator that said in some cases it's good to not learn. Would you argue in favor of that at any point?
Well, if you're just trying to accumulate billable hours and you want to be the leading expert, and I don't even want to mention names, but if you want to be the leading expert in some technology that just hasn't been popular for a very long time, you can make a living at it. But if you want to really learn, stay on top, learn exciting things, but like I said, it's a penalty because you have to go through that learning process over and over.
Does that excite you? Does it scare you every time when you have to learn something new?
Do you know, I kind of kid about it. I feel like I'll come home from working all day on some tough problem, and I'll feel like I've solved 3 unsolvable problems, and then next week I'll solve 5 unsolvable problems. But the reality is they're just new problems to me that other people have figured out. But for whatever reason, I want to be on the leading edge with this product. You have to pay the price.
So what is the best thing about being a developer?
Oh gosh, you get to do the thing that you love. I know, when I was growing up as a kid, in 3rd or 4th grade, I'd come home and I'd go find the computer in the school lab, and I'd go play with it, and I couldn't wait to get to it, and I just get to do that all day long now, every day.
Awesome, Peter. Thanks for your time, and thanks for throwing on a big show.
Oh yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for being here.